Baba is very concerned to uplift us. And Baba says that Baba is very concerned that the children's intellects have faith and that they give their full news to the Father and take directions from the Father at every step. Okay, so Baba says that we must have faith, and everybody says that I have faith in Baba, but not the kind of faith that we learn in Bhakti, that just do what you want and do what you wish to and have faith that God will make it all right. Yes, so that's the kind of faith we have in Bhakti, yes. So just do whatever you want and then God will make it right. That's not faith. That's nothing, that's just self-deception. So what is faith? So Baba says, when you give your full news to the Father and you take directions from the Father at every step, that is called faith. And Baba says, never have doubts on Shrimat. So when Shrimat is given to you, never have a doubt about it and just follow it. And that is called faith. And if you have this kind of faith, then Baba will take care of you in every way. Yes, Baba will take care of you in every way. So very few children feel that Baba takes care of me in every way. So, many children feel that there is an effort, there is a struggle in this path also. Yes, and I wouldn't ask you to raise hands, but there are many children who feel that, on this path there is effort and struggle, and there are some children, and they say that, Baba takes care of me in every way. Each and every way Baba takes care of me. And I know both these kind of children because, children tell us, so we know. Now, what is the main difference between these two categories of children? Both are children, they listen to the Murli, they do something about Shrimat, okay? At least, they follow some Shrimat, if not all. But what is the difference between these two children? So, one knack their brains even while following Shrimat, and the others are fully surrendered. They just do what is said. They don't think about, whether this will turn out right, whether this will not turn out right. So, and they're completely honest about everything, and they give their total, they give their total news to Baba. They don't hide anything. There is no hypocrisy in these children. There is no like, I don't have to tell this to, I don't have to give this information or that information about me. So they give their whole news through the Nimit, of course. They give their whole news to Baba, and then whatever directions according to Shrimad they receive, they do it totally, and they don't have a single thought about, whether I should follow it or not follow it. So they take the direction and completely do it. And I have seen that these children feel that, Baba takes complete care of me, every which way. physical, financial, spiritual, every way, mental. Baba takes complete care of you. And how does, and what do I mean by, giving the full news and accepting Baba's directions as it is? So I will tell you there a very simple, example. So there is one sister and she lives in a foreign country, and she was living there for many years, and she was trying for her residency, permanent residency. And she came into Gyan online, of course, she took the course. And then she told me, Didi, everybody here tells me that you should get married. And if you get married to a permanent resident, then you will have a residency. Yes, and even if you don't get married, just have a live-in, and you can show that we are living together, and that will give you a residency. So, but even when that's that kind of a setup, so many things will have to be done so that you get permanent residency. So when she came into Gyan, she told me this, frankly, that this is what people are suggesting and this is how it is. And then I told her that Baba says we have to be pure, so don't think on those lines. Even if you never get a residency, no problem. Just accept it and don't think on those lines. So she said, okay. And she just left that thought. She just never thought about it again. She never brought it in conversation. There was no thought about it. She never told me that, Didi, offer bhog to Baba for my permanent residency, nothing. She got the Srimad that purity is important. So whether residency or not, this is it. And if it has to happen, let it happen organically, I don't care. So that was the attitude. So, and after 1 year, in that same country, a policy was made that anybody who has been staying in that country for 5 years will have automatic residency. So, they will not have to do anything, no formality, nothing. Just proof that you've been staying for 5 years, and they just made everybody permanent. And then she said this was such a thing, and she never told me all this. For 1 year also, I didn't know this. And then all of a sudden, we had a conversation some time back, and then she told me that, Didi, that residency is now there, and I am a resident now, and there's no problem with that because Baba made it happen. And anyways, I don't care about the residency. If Baba asks me to move to another country also, I'm ready. So you see that when you just follow Srimad, then Baba takes care of you in every which way. But just think about this one thing. If you are taking care of yourself, why should Baba take care of you? Yes, if you're not even, so if you're not surrendered, have you seen that with Lokik children also what happens is, when the children are young and they are fully surrendered to the parent, very young children, then the children doesn't have to, and when the child is very little, they can't even tell you where it is aching or where it is paining. They can't even point out, and still they are taken care of. So it's the parent's duty to see that the child is comfortable, because the child is so surrendered that the parent knows that I am the one who has to take care of the child. It's so automatic. And as soon as the children start growing up, then the parent knows that the child is taking care of himself, so he also becomes so they also start becoming a little like okay, you can take care of yourself type. So Baba says, if you build that relationship with Baba where you're telling everything to Baba, and of course through a Sakar Nimit. Yes, and when you tell everything to Baba, you share everything, you are fully honest in your sharing, and then you take directions, and whatever directions are given, you do it totally, then Baba takes care of you completely. Baba takes care of you completely. And there is another sister, and she was also telling me that, Didi, it has never happened after I became a Brahmin, it has never happened that I had a thought and it didn't materialize. Every thought materialized. But whenever I had a thought, I know that I couldn't materialize it, Baba did it, and I have never been dishonest with Baba. Whatever directions I have received, I have done it totally, and Baba has also taken care of me always. And this happened just, in these last 2 days, these two experiences were shared. So I just shared it with you, and this is how, you build a relationship with Baba. Now, if we don't give our full news to Baba, we only tell part of the thing, part of the other thing we save for, just, we are not being honest with Baba. And then if Baba's directions we are not following totally, then how will Baba take care of me? Yes, Baba cannot take care of me. So you want Baba to take care of you, this is the method. Yes, and Baba says, never have doubts about Shrimat. What is doubt about Shrimat? It's not whether you follow Shrimat or not follow Shrimat. Maybe you follow also, but there is doubt. So, and maybe, you cannot do it right now completely. Nobody is perfect right now. But then you have 100% faith in Shrimat, and your effort is 100%. Yes, you have 100% faith in Shrimat that purity is the right thing to do, complete surrender is the right thing to do. And if your ego and your old sanskars tell you that, maybe, complete surrender is not that good an idea, or maybe purity is not that good an idea. So in that case, what you are doubting is Shrimat, because Shrimat is complete surrender. Baba is telling you complete surrender. Baba is telling you follow complete purity. So when you have doubts on Shrimat, then that same Shrimat which could elevate you loses its power and it can't do its thing. So when we say that we have faith in Baba, faith in Baba doesn't mean that I have faith that Baba will make it all right. No. Faith in Baba means knowing Baba and giving your full news to Baba and taking directions and fully following it, and never having any doubt, any question on any Shrimat. Not even a thought, whether this will work or not work. Baba has said it will work. So that is the kind of faith we need to have in Baba. And Baba says, if you have doubts, then Maya will not allow you to become worthy. So, Maya will enter that doubt, and Maya will not make you do the karma. And, our fortune is being created through karma. So if we don't follow Baba's directions, then how can we elevate our fortune? So this is something that Baba is saying. And then Baba today talks about altruism. And I have observed that in the world there is this idea that altruistic service means you don't get a reward for that service. Yes, so when we say altruistic service or Niswarth Seva, so in the world we think that Niswarth Seva means you do everything and you live like a beggar. Yes, so and people who live like that, or people who are suffering despite doing so-called Niswarth Seva, are applauded and lauded. Yes, but Baba says, in this Karam Kshetra, in this field of action, there cannot be altruistic service by humans. Because the law of karma says that whatever you do, you will get a return for that. So it's not like not being rewarded or not getting a return is a sign of altruistic service. Because in the automatic law of karma, if you do something, you will get in return. Correct? So if you're not getting anything in return, that means there's some problem with your karma. Yes, it cannot happen that you do all good karma and you don't get anything, because in this world, this is a very strange idea, and especially from communism this idea comes that you do everything, you lead a good life, you lead a noble life, and then you always remain suffering and begging, and you remain poor, and that's an idea of a good person. And usually we associate poverty with goodness. So the poorer the person, the better. So, but that's not the law of karma. So Baba says it cannot happen that you do good karma and you live in misery and suffering and in poverty. That will not happen. If you are doing good karma, you will obviously get the return, because this is the field of action. The law of karma says you do good, you get good. Yes, so it cannot happen that you will suffer. Yes, maybe there are some challenges and there are some papers which you pass, but your life, the quality of your life will be very good. And Baba says that in Satyug, you do good karma, you go to Satyug, where there is health, happiness, peace, prosperity, everything. So it cannot be that you do good karma and you be miserable. And if somebody is being miserable, then it means that there is some problem with the karma. And I'm not saying that you will not have challenges or obstacles or papers, but you will not be miserable. You will not be in a position where you don't get what you need. Maybe there will be a challenge, but then you will always get help, you will always have support, you will always get what you need, and you will be in a state of purity, prosperity, happiness always. Even in Sangam Yug, it's not like you will be crying, weeping and in misery. No, that is not happening. So we are God's children. Yes, we are not deities right now, we will not have that, but we will live a good life, because this is the diamond age. And of course it will happen with power of purity and yoga power, but Baba says you will be the happiest of people. So Baba says it's not like in this field of action you do something and it goes unrewarded. That's not the law here. And if you understand this much, then you understand that this habit or this sanskar that we have created of doing everything with desire, everything with expectation, everything with this expectation that I want to have this in return, that is just Maya seed planted into you. Yes, because you don't need to have desires. You don't need to have, you don't need to tell anybody that you want this. If you do, you get. That's the rule. You don't need to have desires. It's when you do the right thing, all your desires will be met. So it's not necessary that you create a desire, you run after it, or you create a wish. People say, I'm manifesting, I'm manifesting. You don't have to manifest. You just have to be and do according to Srimad. If you do that much, everything, God will manifest for you, and He will manifest it better for you. So Baba says there is no concept of altruistic karma for humans. There is nothing like Niswarth karma. And this is why Baba in the Murli says, never forget whatever you are doing it for yourself, and you will get the return. Yes, so work hard for yourself. So Baba says, whatever you do, you will get the return. So never think that, this is some kind of, Niswat Seva or something. In the law of karma, it is ingrained that you do, you get. Yes, and the opposite is also true. Don't do anything, don't get anything. Yes, so no Srimad is followed. Your body, mind and wealth is not used for any kind of seva. It is not used for any kind of purshat. You don't get anything. You may listen to the Murli, but you get only when you do. Have you listened to the story of Sudama? And Sudama was Sri Krishna's friend. Yes, in the story. And he was a friend, and his friend lived in the palace, and he remained poor. He was God's friend. Why did he stay poor? Yes, he was God's friend. But he didn't give anything to God ever. But the only time he gave one muthi chawal, yes, he gave one handful of rice, he received palaces. Because the law is, you don't do anything, you don't get anything. Baba, that's why Baba says, you are my children, I am your mother, father, teacher, guide. I will teach you for free. I will give you sustenance for free. Baba doesn't say that you have to do anything to be called meethe bacche. Baba will tell you meethe bacche anyway. But if you want to receive anything, if you want to make your physical circumstances better, then you have to do according to Srimad. And if you don't do anything, you don't get anything. So this is what Baba says. And then Baba says, I am the only one who does altruistic karma. And I am the only one who does everything and doesn't get anything in return. Because I create heaven, I don't rule there. I go and sit in my home. And I create heaven, I never taste the taste of heaven. So Baba says, the only one who does altruistic karma is me. And Baba says, this is why if you transfer your baggage to me, I am the number one trustee, I will multiply and give it to you. Because I don't keep anything. So, if you follow Srimad and you make me your trustee, then I will multiply everything and give it back to you. So this is something that Baba says. And today Baba talks about the royalty of purity. Yes, the royalty of purity. So do you understand that? So what is royalty? So when you look at someone and you say this is a royal person. So, there is something distinctive about them. Yes, there's something distinctive about them. And there's something that sets them apart from everyone else. But Baba says that, even in the world, if you see royalty, so do you think that you could spot a queen without being told she's the queen? Could you spot a queen without being told she's the queen? What if the queen is in ordinary clothes? Would you spot the queen? Yes, well, maybe, maybe not. Because, mostly the royalty in the world is defined by external, appearance. And, the way they dress or what they hold or the big battalion behind them. So that's what signifies royalty. But Baba says, you are the most royal souls, and your royalty is your purity. And Baba says in one of the Murlis, Avyakt Murlis, Baba gave a very beautiful, beautiful description of this royalty of purity. And Baba said, when you are in the soul world, every soul is a star. Every soul is, a similar star. But do you know that even in the soul world, you shine brighter than others? So, everyone is a soul, everyone is a star, but it's very easy to, figure out which one is the deity soul, because that light of purity in you shines brighter even in the soul world. So, you're like, you don't have to have a crown to tell you that you are royalty. Your purity is your light, your purity is your crown, and your purity distinguishes you from other souls even in the soul world. So, do you understand what is the royalty of purity? So, a king or a queen is identified by the crown, but they wear the crown. We have the crown inside us. So that crown shines inside out. And then you see in the deity world also, Baba says that, you have a halo of light around you. And that's what makes you a deity. Even if, you did not have the other crown. So, maybe you don't have the other crown and you are in normal dress also. Still that halo of light will tell everyone that you are a deity. Yes, and have you seen that when we create pictures of deities, so let's say we show Sri Ram. So, Sri Ram is shown in very ordinary clothes in Vanvas and all. But how do you know that's a deity? By showing that circle of light, that halo of light behind him. So Baba says, that's your crown of royalty, crown of purity. And that's what makes you royal. And Baba says, in this Sangam Yug, which is the foundation for all this royalty, your royalty, your distinguishing factor, your crown is your purity. And a pure Brahmin, they are recognizable from a distance. Yes, so your purity shines through your eyes, your face, your words, your behavior, your the way you work, everything just smells of purity. And I remember that there was this one sister, and she was sharing an experience, and she said that she was being scanned at the airport. So that she was traveling, and she's serving in a foreign country. So she was traveling, and there was all this scanning happening. And then there was this sister who was scanning, and she said, you know, you're very different, you know, yeah, I feel something different about you. And she said, you know, I don't know how to say it. Maybe you're very beautiful. And then she said, you know, you're very beautiful, I think. And then she said, no, but you know, it's not beautiful. It's something I cannot define. And then that sister said, is it pure? So she said, yeah, that's the word. You know, you look pure. So, so you know, that was an experience that she was sharing, that even people who don't know you, people who don't know anything about anything about, you know, Baba, or anything about your practice, they can figure out that there's something different about you. And what is that difference? That's purity. And you know, when you practice purity, your everything about you, it's your drishti, your words, your vibration, your you know, your attitude, everything will make the other person feel that you are not ordinary, you are royal, and you have to be treated with respect. Yes, you have to be treated with respect. And I remember I had this very beautiful experience in office. So, you know, in office during lunchtime, we used to have lunch, you know, like everybody used to sit in their own seats and have lunch. And I also used to have lunch there, and sit in my seat and remember Baba and eat. And then, you know, one day it was lunchtime, and there was nobody in the room. So it was all empty. And I ate, and then they all came back after lunch, half an hour post lunch. And then I asked them, where did you all go? So they said, you know, there was a party today that we were having amongst us, and there was some food which was brought which was not okay. That's why we just chose to have it at another place. So I said that, no, you could have it here. I don't have a problem with that. This is your room, so I cannot say you go out and eat. So they said, no, but it just feels inappropriate, you know, that we cannot have, you know, impure food in this room. We don't know. It feels like we are doing some kind of sin. And then they said that, you know, ever since you came to this room, we have never brought non-vegetarian food into this room and eaten. And they said it's a pact that we've all had, and we never told this to you, but we have never had non-vegetarian food in this room ever since you joined here. And even if we eat outside. We don't bring it into this room. So, you know, this is, and I said, no, it's not required. I have not asked you to do that. So if you feel comfortable, okay. If not, it's okay. But they said it's just something that we know. So, you know, that's the kind of royalty that purity gives you. And Baba says that to experience and give others the experience of the royalty of purity is a sign of a royal soul. So, you know, if you experience that purity sets you apart, and if you can give that experience to others, then you will become a royal soul. Okay? You are a royal soul, and you will be royalty tomorrow. So that is what Baba is saying. And then today Baba also tells us that, you know, we sometimes think that seva is about, you know, doing. So, you know, giving lectures, doing physical seva. But Baba says there are two aspects of seva which you should always remember. One aspect is harmonizing your thought, word, and action. Yes, harmonizing your thought, word, and action. And Baba says that if you think something, speak something, bring it into act. And you know that when there is an alignment between our thought, word and action, then there is integrity in the soul. And integrity is a very powerful weapon for seva. You cannot be a sevadhari without integrity. Yes, if your own mind, if your own actions betray you, if you have one motive and you do the other, how do you think that you will tell somebody else and they will do that thing? Yes, if you think something and you yourself are not in your power to bring it into action, then what makes you think that if you do somebody else's seva, they will start following Baba's Srimad? Yes, so the first important thing that you have to bear in mind to be a powerful sevadhari soul is that you have to bring about harmony in your thought, word and action. If you think something, bring it into action and not the negative one, okay? So think according to Srimad and then make it happen. This is the first thing we have to pay attention to being a sevadhari. And second thing is, harmonize your sanskar with others. So, if you say that I cannot live with this person and I cannot harmonize my sanskar with this person, then how will you create a world of harmony? So, do you understand that in Satyug, it is said that there will be a dance of harmony, Maharas. So, Satyug is a dance of harmony. And if today you cannot harmonize your sanskars with 4 souls, then how can you create that world where there will be a dance of harmony? And how do you harmonize your sanskars with others? When you forget your sanskar and you know that Baba's sanskar is my sanskar. Yes, so when you step out, when the I goes out, and Baba's sanskar is my sanskar, and if Baba can harmonize with every child, why can't I? So Baba says these are 2 important aspects for seva. One is harmonize your thought, word and action. Second is harmonize your sanskars with the sanskars of others around you. And when we say harmonize, it doesn't mean that you should be in a stage where you are able to say I love you to the other. No. Harmonizing in sanskars means you are able to work together. You are not a problem for each other. Nobody is a problem for you and you are not a problem for anybody. And that stage is reached when you experience and you accept and you live in the Swaman that Baba's sanskars are my sanskars. So Baba has humility, Baba has this drishti, this benevolent attitude. Baba sees everybody as a dear child. So if you have Baba's sanskars, then you can always harmonize. And Baba says, if you don't harmonize between your own thought, word and action, and you don't harmonize with the sanskars of others around you at this point of time, how can you ever think of creating a world of harmony? Yes, so this is most important. Okay, Om Shanti.